Tonight, decades in the making, authorities in Madison County announcing a break in a cold case.
This month would mark 35 years since a woman's body was found in a field in Troy, Illinois. Now, after evidence was re-examined, the victim was identified as this woman, Winona Nadine Michael. Our Cameron Bob is following these new developments and the technology used to identify her decades later.
Nobody deserves that. And I know from knowing my sister that she didn't deserve that.
Frank Bernard is talking about his half-sister, Winona Nadine Michael. She went by Wendy. Her body was found in 1990, but no one knew who she was until now. On July 20th, nearly 35 years ago, a farmer found her body in a soybean field near Lebanon Road and Troy O'Fallon Road near Troy, Illinois, about 25 minutes east of St. Louis. She had been stabbed multiple times. The farmer found her body days later. With her, investigators found jewelry with a turquoise stone, a T-shirt that said Florida, and a pair of white sandals. But for years, her name and killer remained a mystery.
Hundreds, if not thousands, of man-hours were spent and numerous leads were exhausted, but the case went unsolved.
Wendy had no known connection to the St. Louis area, but traveled a lot and had lived in California and Florida, even visiting Nashville and Washington, D.C. during her final months.
And at that time, she was with a male subject and was last seen with this male, who was a truck driver, and she's not been seen since until her body was found in July of that same year.
Despite that detail, leads still turned up short. It wasn't until last year detectives sent her DNA to a genetic testing lab in Texas. That led them to her family, including her half-brother, Frank.
Over the years, it got suspicious because it took so long to hear from her, hear about her.
The case is still open. If you know anything about what happened to Wendy, call the Madison County Sheriff's Office or Crime Stoppers. Bernard saving this message for when they track down his sister's killer.
Yeah, I hope they lock you up forever. And I didn't even want them to get the death penalty because I want them to live the rest of their life in a cell.
Cameron Bob, First Alert 4.
And if you